and we are live again to answer SEO questions with Craig and Chris, here to answer whatever you like. Sponsored by the News Guy. The logo is above. The link is below if you are looking for digital PR. But I'm sure by now you already know who the News Guy is. But got to do my job at the start. Otherwise, Randy will not be a happy man. So do check him out. But more importantly, we are here to answer your questions. So stick them in the chat. Let us know where you're from. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and all that other stuff as well. Just to let us know who is there. And also just to highlight, there is no such thing as a stupid question. So even if it's some basic, dumb, stupid question that you're potentially embarrassed to ask, please do ask it, because we ask them to each other all the time as well. Like the dumbest of dumb questions. Hey, you heard of something like this? Can that be true? But sometimes it's good to just get someone else to nod their head and go, right. So anything like that, put it in the chat. But whilst we're waiting on the chat warming up, Chris,
yes,
it's been a busy few days.
It's been fun. Oh yeah.
Any kind of learnings you can share with people? What's going on? What do you see happening just now?
I think it's too early, but I mean, I'm seeing fluctuations, some up, some down. Like a lot of the sites, they're just, at least the ones I looked at, the two that I saw today, just fresh, they're losing big on very hyper-specific key term and variations. That's all. But it's just one. Like the rest of the site is great. They're just losing, Will's lawyer. Like one thing. Like, but I lost 70 clicks. And I'm like, yeah, but and then too, we'll do an analyzation because we're tracking the other sites too and their performance. Yep. And like everyone else is like flat like this for that primary key term. And then they're the only one that just went boop, like down.
Yeah.
And then when we look at other variations, like best Will lawyer, they skyrocketed. They didn't point that out though.
Right. Yeah, they never do. They always fucking hammer you for the one term that slipped, not the other 42 that went up. Which is a right pain in the fucking tits. I always tell the story, dude. I actually got fired by a guy once. The guy was obsessed with a very, very broad keyword. I'm not going to say what it is because it'll give away who it was, but very broad keyword, and everything else, like all the other hyper-specific stuff, was all ranking really, really well. Okay. But this broad keyword used to fluctuate up and down page one. And this guy basically went, Craig, it's not good enough. That you've not been able to stabilize that position for that key term. And I'm like, dude, hang on. Like, look at the traffic, look at the revenue. Everything else was like massively up. But I got fired because I couldn't stabilize that broad search term.
Wow.
So, yeah, people obsess over
that made it to your initial intake. If you could see yourself number one for any term, what would that term be? Okay. Got that one.
Yeah.
Some clients are like that. They only look at one or two words. Yeah. And I'm like,
oh, but dude, see this term, it was loosely related to his business, that it would bring so much people onto his website that were not interested in what this guy had. It's one of those ones. And you're like, dude, please stop it.
Please. But really, it's the clients, they want to do the SEO and they think it's just about that word. Yeah. Meanwhile, what they're really looking at is the calls. They're looking at their lead forms, their form fill outs. They care about that. But when we're talking SEO, they always point out, yeah, but what about this word or this phrase? Yeah. Clients are awesome. I love them. Yeah. I love all mine, at least.
Yeah. I'm sure you do.
90% of the time.
I'd like to be a fly in the wall, listening to you and your brother talk.
Oh boy!
Wow. Here's a question, right? Here's a question. Before we go to the question in the chat, like, your clients, right? Do you call them by their name, or is it like a nickname? Like, I'm just curious, like if there's like a name that you and your brother call, like so and so, like, do you do that? Like, or is that just a me thing? Like,
Internally, we for sure, like we will refer internally, especially my brother and I, but not like me and Mike or Tammy or Dave or like Andrea, but definitely. Oh yeah, we'll
yeah,
have a yes.
yeah. I was just curious if that was just a me thing. We never really knew clients by their real names. Like there was always a nickname that worked well.
For internal, and it will describe either the site or characteristics
Yeah,
of a person. It's fun. Yeah.
just curious. Wanted to ask that, but anyway, my hey, my cunt.
My cunt is itchy.
Yeah.
Dun
Um,
dun dun. Anyway, hopefully you have a
love.
good question.
Yeah. That's got to be Slorence. That has to be Slorence. That is fucking. Wait a minute. Hang on a fucking minute. Slorry, if you're going to come on here, we've got Calendly links, paid consultation calls for questions like this, you fucking dog. Nah, I'm only joking. I'm only joking. Just in case that's a real person. How would you handle pagination for an e-commerce site with 1,000+ products to maintain crawl efficiency and avoid duplicate content issues?
It's so. Is it 1,000 products or 1,000 plus SKUs or variations of 12 products? I mean, I assume you are very particular about your wording there. Like, because I run across that a lot. Like, they'll have a rug, a Persian rug, and a Belize rug, we'll say, or an artisan rug. But then they'll have 20 different sizes, 42 different colors, and they're trying to index all of them. So generally what we'll do if you're using like Shopify or BigCommerce or one of these types of platforms, that top level page or collection page that has them all, that's the page we'll try to rank most notably. Or like we do it for the vapes currently, that top level collection for say the Big Puff or for the vape, we'll try to rank that. And then all of those extra variations or extra SKUs, we will no index follow those pages. That's how we do it. Mostly. If it's the SKUs or the variants. Now, if you have tons of products, I don't think crawl, they have quantum processing. If Google is giving you some type of issue with crawling, it's not them, it's your site or your asset. They'll crawl and come see and index as they please, as long as it's good enough, in my opinion. I don't think crawl budget or crawl is a concern for Google at all. I mean, they crawl the entire web. Like your measly 10,000 pages is like, a fart in the wind. So I wouldn't be concerned about crawl budget. I would be concerned with top level pages being followed, indexed, seen, ranking, getting sales, and then lead them to your individual SKUs or your individual products. But Craig, how do you feel about that?
I would agree. I think, like you say, too many people are trying to force index the same product with different variations. Like, I don't know, black shoes, size 7, size 8, size 9, size 10. It's almost impossible to get all of that in the index because it's the exact same content. So why would you try and push that in? Google's going to reject it. So I think, strategically, always, implementing things that you can to make sure that your crawl budget is being passed to the right pages is
What?
is the right thing.
Oh, that's how you feel?
So there you go.
But these things are. But would you battle Craig in a duel to the death though? Would you say that to him in his face with a sword? But anyway, I like that little picture.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Yes.
Too old for fighting now, but
I do like the wrestle though. Thanks to you, because you're like, oh man, it was either you or I was talking to Mark, and you were going on how awesome that wrestling game is.
Oh yeah.
Well,
my son loves it. My son
that
absolutely.
it was used. Well, I purchased it for little Chris because I'm like, hey, it had to have been you. Yeah, little. Yes. Well, it is very good. We've been playing it, him and I. Thanks to you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Dude, it's
It sucks you in though.
yeah, but it's a minefield trying to learn all the buttons and all the moves and shit.
Oh yeah, no, I don't even.
Dude, he can
I've
win
been just
over
trying to
me.
get the guys.
Dude, he can drag me up by the neck and pull me about and throw me out the ring. And dude, I'm fucking, yeah,
You're pressing
I'm
X.
struggling, man. I'm just pressing anything. Yeah. Dude,
That's what I
I'm
do.
struggling, man. So, yeah,
And then I'm sure your son does the same thing. He'll explain it to you like it's nothing.
oh
Like,
yeah,
oh, you
yeah,
press this, press up, and then this button at the same time.
oh
But
yeah,
if
yeah.
you're leaning this
Three
way, do
buttons,
this. And I'm like, all
dude.
right, dude.
3 buttons at the same time is just beyond comprehension for me. Like
Exactly.
one or two, absolutely. Double tap the X, absolutely. When you start fucking around,
And then there's variations based upon the other player. Like,
yeah,
dude, like you lost me.
it's
It's
but
fun though.
it's a lot of fun. I do thoroughly enjoy it. My little guy, we've been here for nearly 2 weeks, and he is fucking climbing the walls because he's not got his PlayStation with him. Climbing the walls. He's got his other stuff with him, like his Switch and his iPad and things like that. But
It's not the
he's
same.
missing the wrestling, mate.
Well,
So
doesn't I know this has nothing to do with SEO, but how come you went with PlayStation as opposed to Microsoft?
I
The
don't know.
Xbox.
Mate. I've always just had a PlayStation. I've always preferred it.
Fair enough.
Believe it or not, I used to have an Xbox many years ago, and it broke. It had the red light of doom on it, and ever since that, I always felt that Xboxes broke more than PlayStation. So ever since my initial Xbox broke, I just jumped over to PlayStation. Most of my friends had PlayStations as well, so I kind of just wanted to play with them online. So
Yeah, but see, I don't know if PlayStation has this. I think they have an online version, but Microsoft has like an online. It's a dub, and when it comes on the bill in the statement, it shows up as a internet marketing service, Microsoft.
yeah.
So I'm just saying, like you can have all the games and it just shows up as Microsoft. Like all the games, the setup, the monthly recurring is all a write off. It's a great thing. I love Microsoft. Thanks, Bill.
Serious question.
Yes, sorry.
What do you think of simulating GPS drives to rank GBPs? Tools like Kraken or Local Fury?
Yeah, I'm sure in 2018 when we first started doing that stuff and those tools you would set up next to your computer, that was really cool. But I don't think I would utilize those types of tools. I, you know, but as far as the actual idea, we don't want to simulate, we want to emulate. And then alongside of that, I think there's much better ways of doing it, in my opinion. So what do I think? I like the idea, but it's not simulating, you're emulating.
Yeah. And it works well if you emulate properly. Jeez. I've not seen that in a while. Can you hear that, Chris, in the background?
I think I heard like a motorcycle, but
It's like a plane, but it's going
it's a plane.
past. It's old school marketing. It's going past with the thing hanging from the back of it, like
Banner?
advertising some shit, a banner.
Wow,
Yeah,
like at the beach. Wow, that's old school.
yeah, proper old
It's cool
school.
though, but it caught your attention.
Yeah, just the
But-
noise more than anything. But,
And you're like, what is that noise? Oh, there's a sale at Marshall's. Great. But on that too, I would look inside the cloud. There's two better ways that are quick, easy, and simple for a regular. I call them normals. For a normal to go and do these things, they have farms that you can go and buy. If you just look up real device testing, you can use those real devices, and then you inside those real devices you can plug in any IPs that you want. So you go see our good friends over at Bart Proxy for your mobile, stick them in there, and then use those devices, right? A much better way is that there is emulation within a cloud. One of the tools, there's better out now, so I don't mind sharing this. One of them could be Genymotion. Genymotion, you can utilize infinite cloud resource. to create emulation, so I can have full control over device ID, IMEI, EMD, the SIM card number, everything. Plus, on top of that, you can even emulate the IPs, and what you can emulate everything. So, Genymotion could be another way for you to start on your journey. But those types of tools, those ready, set, go ones, there's much better ways of doing it.
Yeah.
But good luck to you, sir.
Yeah, good luck. Fred is asking, have you ever had issues with your back end?
This guy with these. Well, Fred, yeah, that's why I stand. At times my back will hurt. I don't like to sit. I'll wake up sometimes at night and I'm like, oh, my back's killing. And I have no back problems. I never had any injuries.
You got one of those standing up desks that you can move up and down?
Well, it does 2 clicks. I didn't, I'm a frugal guy, so I didn't buy the real cool one. I got the next model. But yes, I have that. And then I went out of my way to buy a very uncomfortable, I sit on a stool as opposed to a comfortable chair to refrain from sitting.
That is fucking grim. Sitting in that is not good.
I don't sit on it. Yeah, exactly. I just put my leg up on it like this. Sometimes I'll sit. Like if I need a break, I'll sit down, but I try not to. I'm at work.
Fair enough. MM is saying they have live drives apparently where the person is actually driving and you can track them moving and see them moving on the app. You don't feel that influences positively in the rankings. What I would say, MM, is I have physically sat there in a car with 40 or 50 mobile phones, and we have emulated the driving direction thing, and we have seen positive rankings from that. Absolutely, there is no doubt that is a thing. Whether the tools in question are actually doing that is where the problem lies. There's tools out there like iMyFone and shit like that, which used to walk through buildings. It used to fucking walk across rivers. It would walk out of the sea straight into a specific location. Things that were wholly unnatural. And like Chris says, the key component there is emulating. So I absolutely believe, and listen, these tools may be very doing this, live drives and stuff, and fair play if they are. I have physically sat there and done it with a few friends, and it absolutely did positively do it. But it's not a scalable thing. We were able to do that locally. For some fun and stuff like that. But whether there is a service that can do that. So how does this person do live drives? What if Chris Palmer's in Pennsylvania and someone else is in Las Vegas? This person surely can't be doing live drives everywhere. Who is doing the live drives? Is there someone physically actually sat in a car doing that? That's where the apparent.
Brother, yes. I'm sorry. I'm just like, did they?
It's that's where my question would be. Listen, if they can do it or whatever they're doing to make it look like that's happening, fucking fair play. Absolutely fair play if you can do that. So not taking anything away from anyone because I don't know what these tools specifically are doing, but it does positively impact it if you can get it right.
And check those. I don't know how you're tracking, but check the references. Like maybe not on the driving directions, but when there was this traffic being simulated, is it being referenced from the exact town or city, or is it being referenced from where the mobile towers are? Like, where's that ping coming from? I just yeah, no. So they're spoofing the IPs, but they're not spoofing it to the tower address or the city where that is. It's like hyper specific to the launches and lads, or the traffic will come from launches and lads that aren't even in a residential zone. On top of that, yeah, no. You can simulate with the Maps SDK. I could simulate all I want. I can even take a KML file and upload it, and even make a Google profile look like I've traveled back and forth a trillion times, and that could be useful for other things. But I think, yeah, I think those tools, unless they've made massive updates, I think there's stuff to be desired.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Uh,
Tools are hard, man.
yeah. It's not easy. Not easy. Katarina, have you noticed anything in the last Google Core update? We spoke about it, touched on it briefly at the start of the call, where Chris has seen good and bad movement. But I probably would also say it's probably too early to absolutely say anything. But what was the way you worded that, Chris? What did you say you felt that you were seeing?
Well, I only had two instances, but the most notable one was, let's just say it was like a Will's lawyer, close to Will's lawyer. They were being affected on a primary and primary variations of one particular service out of 23, a professional service. It is law, but it wasn't Will's. But still, like, there's 23 others. Some are going up and down, but just these keyword groupings, very like Will's lawyer plus city, like just a few terms, and they've plummeted, and they're like, ah. And I saw that twice on two different websites. The other guy was going up though. Like some terms were just taken off out of nowhere, but too early to tell.
Too early to tell. But hopefully, Katrina or Katarina, hopefully it settles down for you if you are seeing volatile movement.
But if you want to scramble your thinking, go over to Twitter or X, just type in core update and start reading. There's all types of pontification going on.
Yeah. So, do you ignore a lot of that, Chris, or do you take any kind of inspiration from what's been said there?
I try to. I don't want to be. Yeah, I try to veer away from other people's thinking and processes. Then you start to adapt. So, if I want to chuckle, or if I think that there's something, I'll type in exactly what I think and see, is there anybody that I respect saying the same thing? So sometimes I'll do that for validation internally, but no, I wouldn't, if I'm playing the what if game with myself, the last thing I'm going to do is go read they're playing the same thing, but they're typing it out on X. Like, no, it'll just make you more confused. Like, I'm good. No way, dude. I call that the what if game. Like, what if this? What if that? What if this? And when you're reading X, that's what it is. Like, everybody's just scrambling, so.
Yeah.
Try not to.
Yeah, I think it's probably good there's a lot of people with a lot of different opinions, and it can lead to confusion, especially for my type of brain. I need focus, not to be distracted.
Exactly.
But Sue has saying, is linking your business CID in articles worth doing, and how do you do it? So do you put your business CID URL in articles? Is that normal? Is that a natural thing to do? Like, who does that? Really?
I think maybe in the past I would go through and take all of the links possible. And the reason for that was, the only reason you would create links going to a maps listing is because I want to pump traffic to the maps listing coming from multiple directions. And it has to have a hyperlink to follow a path. So whether I'm sending it to the products or the CID or the maps or whatever it was. As time has progressed and we really tested certain aspects of maps, I quickly realized that I think I would look for things that are, or links that are easily accessible to everyone that would show up in the wild. That would be first and foremost. CID, the only person that would find that is us. or a very diligent like person, like a business owner, like they got lucky and they found it up at the top, right?
Yep.
But usually that doesn't show up in the wild. Also, too, taking a look at the links, there's dynamic, meaning changing, or they're referencing you as a person. Like when you click the button, that unique code or identifier is tracked back to you. We don't want those. What we want is we want static URLs that often show up in the wild. That's what I would focus on, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
And the only reason I say so is, it's not a natural thing, as like Chris says. A lot of people wouldn't know what a CID URL was. So I think, if your articles were full of CID URLs, I think it'd be very easy for Google to say, I see what you're doing. And it's not normal behavior. So I
That's right.
think that would just be my advice. Try and use the ones that are easier to access and the ones that people normally would potentially link to, or whatever. So that's how I see it. It's just trying to play everything as natural as you possibly can with anything. So
Yep. But if it gives you a shortener, or if it gives you anything unique, like dynamic, and it changes based upon the user, no way. That's
yeah,
not what I would use.
no, absolutely not. Ursol is asking, did you test the AWS device farm?
Uh, Early on, I believe they had, I forget what it was called. Was it Mechanical Turk? Something like
Yeah.
that? Or they had some variation thereof. Yes, but it's been a very, very long time. Maybe they've gotten something better. Uh, we we like Jenny Motion, but there's other emulation that you can do.
I've
So
got I've got a question, Chris. Did you ever try out those Vietnamese phone farms or anything like that?
no, never
No.
ever. I mean, unless it's listed online, like real device testing.
Yeah.
Like I've tried some of the bigger ones, like Oxy Labs and all these kind of guys, and
Mm-hmm.
they let you do whatever you want on those devices.
Yeah.
But they won't let you import, certain tools that you would need.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to let you they don't let you take over the device. But if you want to use proxies or change, you can't mess with the firmware though.
Yeah. And that's
I can only put stuff on top. So
yeah.
it's cool at first. Like that first month that you're utilizing it, you'll notice a difference, but it's not what we need. What's that?
I don't know what the fuck I've done. There we go. Yeah, clicked something I shouldn't be clicking. But yeah. But there, hopefully that answers your question, Ursol. But are you referring to something that is newer than Mechanical Turk?
Yeah, I think they have some type of farm, but I haven't used anything new. Mechanical Turk, I remember utilizing that though. I don't even know if that's still around. It's been a long time.
Did that same guy rang at the same time last week?
Uh I don't recall the number, but it says scam likely.
Ah. I got a lot of them actually these days, like 2 or 3 a day.
I have the clients listed by number.
Yeah.
So like client 1, client 12, client, So if it doesn't say client or if it doesn't say something I recognize, I'm not going to answer it.
Probably a wise move. But Stephen Canna is saying, this broadcast is becoming my most favourite telly show. Always lots of value. There is Stephen.
Hey, there's the guy we talked about.
And
Nice shoes.
yeah. Stephen, I don't know, what is that you've got in your mouth there, Stephen? Is that a flower? I don't know. He's got something in his mouth there.
Like a sword or a flower or like a dagger.
But good to see you. As always, Stephen, hope all is well. Hope you're keeping the old dancing shoes moving. Have you seen Stephen's dance moves?
A few times, yes. Yes. I saw him doing the worm in India. He's got moves. And nice shoes.
Yeah.
And he's fun.
Oh, he's a crazy guy.
He's a good guy.
I have a question. Would you wear them shoes yourself?
No. I mean, maybe. I mean, I wouldn't, but he's, I'm from the US though. Like, I remember when I first got, what are they called? Oh my God, it slipped my mind. Like, they're like real fancy, Vuittons. I had Vuitton, something Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton?
Nah, they're not Louis Vuitton. Like, I won when we first had our first conference. I wanted to buy like a really nice suit and a good pair of shoes. They have red bottoms on them. I can't think of the name of it.
Louboutins.
Yeah, it's a slight variation of Louis. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Like, I remember when I first got them, I was thinking like, man, this style, it feels ladyish, but they come from a different part of the world.
Are you suggesting that Stephen dresses like a lady?
Well, the shoes specifically. I mean, purple with gold trimmings is not necessarily something I would rock, but he pulls it off very well.
I'm only kidding. Oh, that was funny. But MM is saying, what services do each offer to rank pages? Do you provide traffic to websites, referral traffic, for example, and how much traffic can each of you provide in your services? So, Chris, someone is looking for viral traffic, is what I'm perceiving to be seen here.
Well, it's two questions. I mean, as far as services for ranking, I mean, I think myself and Craig have maybe not countless on Craig's behalf, but I'm sure he could help you with certain aspects of ranking. I can't speak for him. But as far as technical, on-page, off-page, link building, every piece or fully managed I can help you with. As far as traffic is concerned, referral traffic, yes, but we don't want to push too much of that. I can send you as much real traffic as you possibly want, depending upon bright data, depending on IP source, residential or mobile. And then as far as how much traffic can each of us provide, unlimited, almost unlimited. We have started to figure out how to change. If they're only reading, if Google is only taking into account the information that I send them based upon my location, the IP, the information that I send them is what they utilize, at least within all the tools and all the tracking. So if that's what they're basing everything off of, and we're getting a positive result, technically speaking, we could send as much traffic as you possibly could handle.
So there you go.
Craig, what do you have?
I am very specific as to the type of client I would work with. So I typically would only really work with iGaming clients, so to speak. And those clients would typically have to have good on-page and stuff like that already. I don't want to be building from the ground up, if that makes sense. So in terms of like viral traffic and other stuff, link building and stuff like that, absolutely. But typically when people come looking for services, you've then got to do all the basic build out content, build out silo structures, do the internal linking and stuff like that, which is just grunt work. Someone else can do that at a much cheaper rate. So I try to steer clear of that type of thing and typically work with people who are maybe struggling to get past a certain point, and add in my own mix of viral traffic and link building and whatever else, to nudge it up into the upper echelons of, I like that word. I've been looking for a while to use that one, but yeah. But I am mainly only really doing that for iGaming clients and stuff like that. I think for local stuff and things like that, Chris has got a team and stuff like that set up and a system to be able to do a lot more of the the kind of services on a much wider scale, if that makes sense. I don't have the same size of team or anything like that to be able to deliver all of that stuff. So hopefully that makes sense. Ursol, what's your process to make mass page location pages rank?
Process is relatively simple. I think the tools is what changes things. As far as ranking, though, if we're doing mass page, I would tone that back a little bit. Depending on the age of the website, will determine how many you should be launching on a daily or bi-daily basis, or the frequency in which that you're launching. So there's that piece. As far as getting them to rank, I could go over, I could paint broad strokes for you. You're essentially creating what I would call a winning template based upon the hardest city that your client wants to win in. So let's just say if I'm in Cali, the hardest would be Los Angeles. So if I'm doing, I don't know, truck lawyer in Los Angeles, I would base my math off, or the winning template, on Los Angeles truck lawyer. I would analyze the top 10 results, figure out word counts, header counts, all the math, and I would make my base template off of LA, right? The hardest place. So the densities, the co-occurring keywords, everything. Then I would take that template and I would make within the template aspects that you could change out. Like instead of Los Angeles, we're going to say a location. We're going to change out the county that it's in. We're going to change out the zip codes. We're going to change out, we might say California instead of CA. All the variations. And usually those variations of text will be somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 12%, usually, sometimes more. And then we'll create all of our location pages based on that winning template. We'll launch them all, see what Google takes. If it doesn't hit page 1, page 2, like if I'm not bottom of page 2 or page 1 would be awesome, or the very tippy top of page 3 when we first launch, then those are the pages that we'll go back and we'll modify the template, like for that city. Like we'll have to go back and clean up. The ones that are way back, or they're not page 1, 2, 3, we're going to go back in and re-edit. And I've tried it the other way too. Like I'll talk to people and they'll say, oh, why don't you just create all brand new pages unique with AI? The amount of times that we have to go back and refresh in the page is pretty much similar. So we didn't switch process. So that's how we do it. We just launch them all out, see what hits, and then go back and start doing page refreshes.
Yeah.
That's it. There's tools that help you too, but there you go. Hopefully that helps you.
And that's a chain that Stephen has in his mouth, by the way. And he's going to send you a pair of shoes over, Chris. Shoes.
If you send them as a gift, I'll rock them. Especially some of them fancy ones I saw you with, like them sweet Gucci ones. You've probably seen, he does it right too. Like if he had those neon, they were like a bluish, purplish color. Then he had like the blue, like the suit, the match. You'd have to deck out the whole way, like he does.
I think Stephen clearly spends time figuring that stuff out. Like I just grab shit from the floor and stick it on, and there's no color coordination and things like that. So I'm probably with you, Chris. I'd be a scruffy bastard.
Yeah, like Workdays is t-shirt, khaki shorts. If it's going out, it's polo and khakis, and I'm usually pretty good. I never get super fancy. Not like Steven.
But you can pull it off, man. Absolutely. I think there's some people that can do it, some people that couldn't. I'm like you, Chris. I just wouldn't feel comfortable wearing all that color coordinated stuff. I think I would look like a plonker. Some people can pull it off and some can't. I would just,
I'm a simple guy. Just go in the Macy's, go to, it's a simple thing. Polo, okay, solid stripes, I'm good.
Here is a question from Stephen. Let's say if we're in a competitive niche for a 3-month-old website, and if I spend $200,000 on backlinks and PR over a month, what are the chances of ranking on the first page hypothetically?
50-50.
I mean, I need to be careful what I say here. We have been able to show examples of ranking for very, very, very competitive terms within a 6-week period. It wasn't a 3-month-old website though. It was an age domain and very aggressive links and everything else. So absolutely, and I think obviously with a 200 grand spend, even on a 3-month-old website, I think you've still got a a very, very good chance because you're able to buy the kind of trust signals and everything else that you need anyway through the kind of links that you'd be able to acquire with a budget of that nature. So I think you could do some serious damage with a spend like that. Absolutely.
That's a fact. But you wouldn't put. Okay, what would you give them a 60%?
I would need to see the website and the on page and everything else. You know, I think a lot of it comes down to that. You know, when you say a 3-month-old website, you know, how much of that's actually getting traffic just now? How much of those pages need to be going remodified? There's too many ifs and buts, Chris. There's
What is?
Spending 200 grand on a foundation of dog shit. You know, you've got no chance. Yeah, I would be, but there's nothing to suggest that you're necessarily going to spend all of that money on backlinks and PR. You know, the viral traffic's an important thing and some other stuff in there as well. So I wouldn't necessarily just throw all of that budget into just backlinks and PR. I think the traffic would also play a big part of it, and that type of traffic and the volume you would need in a competitive space is going to be at a considerable cost as well. So,
Facts.
yeah, so not quite as easy as just chucking 200 grand at it. I think there's a few other bits that I would need to check before I'd be like, you know, you've got a 60 or a 70 or 80% chance or whatever. But you have every chance as long as you're doing the right things. Absolutely.
You would significantly go up your percentage if we go in, if I go to the SERPs though, and the top 9 rankers or top 10 rankers have been there for longer than 5 years, 50-50.
Yeah.
If they're all brand new, 75%. That's a big one for me. That's a fun question.
Yeah.
Hypotheticals.
If you're ever up for a test, dude, just fucking wing me that money and let's see.
We'll take a shot. We'll roll the dice with you. That would make a heck of a case study.
Yeah.
Hey, we had 200,000 and here's what we did. That would be fun.
Yeah. Our Sol formats location pages doesn't need to be 10,000 pages. What off-page stuff do you do? Are you force indexing? Are you doing any link building?
If I primarily deal and work within local space, so if and when we're creating mass page, that would mean that the structure is going to support. You know, we have primary service, we have service location, and then we have supporting pages that support the primary service, right? So we have depth of concept, and everything's internally linked based upon a service, right? So with that being said, that means there's a top level page that's internally linked to my information and my locations, right? So generally that top level page will get a larger portion of the more potent links. But we also are going to build not lower quality, like DR and everything will be up there. Referring domain counts will be up there. Category will be right. But I'm not paying for traffic and design for internal pages. I just need reference points and anchor text. So it stays indexed, really, is the real reason. As far as force indexing, if Google doesn't want it, I'm not going to go out of my way. Like, we'll figure out, like, do I need to change the URL parameter? Like, what needs to be changed so Google will value this? If they don't Google it, I'm not going to force them, you know? And that's pretty much it. Yeah, usually top level page is going to get the brunt of it. We're going to distribute links across all other location and supporting pages at a lower quality. Lower quality means lower traffic and lower design quality. but we're still after referring domains. That's it, man.
Black Hole Super Sloth, long time no see. Good to see you. Stephen needs to lay off the pipe and take his money. Absolutely. But Stephen says, only hypothetically, if I have 200p cash for that, I'd run. But
Yeah, I'd pretend I only have like 50 and then take a run at it.
But how do we get reviews? Do you either of you have a service that offers Google reviews? What is the best process to rank a GMP? And some companies guarantee map pack or you don't pay. So one, do you offer Google reviews, Chris?
We offer reputation management. We could help clients with reputation management. I think that's a vital part of ranking your Google business profile within Google Maps. A business doing consistent good business is consistently getting good reviews. It's part of the process. So we can reach out to your customers and help with reputation management, definitely. On the other portion of this, what's the best process to rank the GBP or GMP? GBP or GMB is what I'm referencing. On that aspect, there's a lot of parts to it. However, if we're painting broad strokes, I would look at it as, are we optimized for the services and the locations we provide those services in? We'll take care of optimization first. We have to tell Google who we are, what we do, and where we do things. The next aspect is, we already talked about reputation management. We're doing good business, we'll get good reviews. And then I need people when in my area that I'm providing service. Are there actual human beings, A, searching for my brand name because my brand is synonymous with these services, so we want to influence that. And the second portion of it is, there's other players in the marketplace and they provide truck accident, car, DUI, brain injury, whatever, right? They do all these services just like us. However, when these people are doing these searches, instead of choosing these other 50 players, they choose us. So influencing interaction with the profile, optimizing for location and service key terms, influencing my brand recognition. That's what I would focus on for rank. And then as far as some companies guarantee map pack, we're in a closed system. That old school. I've gone through tons of sales books. A guarantee is one of those ways to put the client at ease, right? And if you want to offer that, awesome. But it's impossible and untrusting and non-transparent to say, hey, I guarantee that you're going to win. There's nobody that can 100%. I guarantee you'll be doing better than you were before you met me, but I can't guarantee that you're going to be a winner 100%. It's a closed system. It's Google. I'm not Google, but you will be better off than before you met me. No question. So that's all I have to say. And I'll charge you less than the next guy.
And he did mean GMB. That's what I call it. Fuck this GBP stuff. I've still never got the hang of that one.
It doesn't roll off.
Nah,
GMB.
It's just being GMB, and it'll always be that now for me. I'm not prepared to answer any other ways of doing it. But where are you, Craig? You look too warm for Scotland. I'm in Portugal right now, so on holiday, and yes, it is very warm. Just hiding in the shade here, but clear blue sky. Sorry,
he's got it rough. Look at this place.
Blue sky. But yeah, proper warm here, man. So
I'm in here sweating my cookies off. I got the fan. Standing at the pew.
Yeah, they've been in worse places.
There's levels to this.
But yeah, dude, I sit fucking 11 months of the year in the dark and the rain. So
you've earned it.
Yeah, it's
sure.
It's much needed. It's all right for you guys in America. You get your fair share of good weather. So
sure. And good food. Well, Scotland is in Scotland. The food situation isn't like London, is it?
I would say it's better than London.
Okay, yeah. There's, man,
Um,
that was a tough eat spot for me.
yeah, London's a bit.
I had fun there, but I didn't like the food situation. It was odd. Yeah. You know what's cool though? In the Philippines, McDonald's was selling chicken legs. That was new. A whole basket of chicken they would bring you.
Dude, I went to Thailand and we
Oh,
went into
that's
a
cool.
supermarket and they had chicken feet, the claws for sale. And I'm just like, please, please,
What's the
tell me that
purpose?
people are not eating that, man. People are eating it, eating that shit, man.
Wow. What? How sparse is other food if you're eating the feet? Tough. Times are hard. Is there meat on the feet? I can't. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna look that up later.
Dude, check it out, man. It was fucking grim. It was grim. I didn't touch it. We actually lived in a diet of yogurt and crisps when we were in Thailand.
Chips and yogurt. Cool.
Yeah. Uh,
Sounds good.
but Abdul is saying, is it optimization with Surfer SEO okay? With content writing with manual tweaks? I think Surfer SEO is a great tool. But like anything, manual tweaks is always something I would advise.
Yeah, I'd run across. I don't know if I would be cranking out their AI versions, but if you're going to use that to, like, you have a writer, and you're going to use that to assist with the math, Surfer's great for a beginner.
So there you go. And what strategy is needed for keyword difficulty of 60 with Ahrefs? And is it okay to go with that data? So would you look at Ahrefs and go, oh, that's a keyword difficulty of 60, so I am going to change my strategy here? Like, does that impact what you're going to do?
Not at all. Completely irrelevant. Or maybe during a client conversation, to lean on dollars. But other than that, no, not at all. Completely irrelevant what Ahrefs thinks.
Yeah.
If I look and all the winners have been there for 5 years, yeah, difficulty's tough. If I look and all the players have 2,000 referring domains plus, yeah, difficulty's hard. Like, how long have the players been there? How many referring domains do they have? Where are you currently at? I don't care what Ahrefs says.
Yeah.
No, sir.
The answer there, the strategy that's needed is there in the top search results for that keyword. Content strategy and everything's laid out in a plate. So no need to reinvent the wheel. Take that as your template and do your thing.
Vast majority. Yeah.
Yeah. Or do it better if you can.
And then it's hurry. Then it's hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
It's a fun game.
Scotland did is come on. Fried Mars bar and haggis. Chicken feet are lifting as well. Dude, I'm telling you,
What's a haggis?
haggis is
Haggis.
sheep's brain.
Oh,
They serve that up in Scotland, yeah.
delicious.
That is the
Blech.
so-called Scottish delicacy. I've never ate haggis in my life, to be honest. A lot of people are like, do you eat haggis and shit? And you're like, no. And they're like, but you're
No.
Scottish. And I'm like, I don't care who's what.
You're like, I'm rich. I'm not eating that shit.
Brain, man, fuck. So, nah, I've never tried haggis personally, but Scottish food is good, man. Scottish meat is
Haggis
good.
brains.
But-
That's like, dude, my pops used to eat scramble. Like, oh, hard pass. I am good. Ah.
Yeah.
What's interesting to me is the first dude. Like, there was a first guy, and he's like, you know what? His brains are pretty darn good. Like, he's got the wife and the kids. He's like, come on, gather around here. I got something for you. He's got the freaking sheep's head split open. Oh my gosh.
It's
Wow.
I don't know where. I would need to do research into where that came from. It's just never been an attractive option
Yeah.
for
Not
me.
at all.
Black pudding I have tried.
What's
Um,
that?
it is basically just all of the shit that comes from an animal combined into
Scramble.
one
Oh,
thing.
ugh.
Yeah. And yeah, there's intestines and
That's the
fucking all
stuff
sorts.
that the
What do you call that? Scramble?
scramble.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so we call that black pudding here. It's just
black pudding.
yeah,
So after the king eats the fillet and the New York and the all the prime cuts, the stuff that's left, that's black pudding.
yeah. People
Are
people
you a
buy
Ferrari or a Pinto? Like what kind of gas you putting in?
it.
I'm good on that.
Yeah, if the king's eating the good stuff, I want some of what that guy's got.
Yeah,
These
he's like
people,
glowing. He's
yeah,
all healthy and strong.
the,
Like I
the
want that.
royal family seem to last a lot longer than most other people. So I want to be eating from the same shop as those
Yeah,
guys.
what do they got
Yeah.
exactly?
Or if I can afford it, that is. Uh, but yeah, it's haggis and black pudding is
And
not.
then you read back, and it's like, oh, life expectancy. Yeah, it's funny. The kings and the emperors were living like all these years, and then like all the people were dying at like age 42. Like,
Our,
I wonder what it was.
our soul says peri peri chicken in Portugal, the home of Nando's. Or is it? Is it Portugal? I don't know if it is actually. Is it?
I never heard of any of this stuff.
Yeah. I can't remember it is
I
Portugal.
thought it was
Probably
crazy when
is.
they brought me that green stuff in the Philippines. It's like a coffee, and it's all green. I saw it on the menu, and I'm like, I'll try that. It must be natural. And it was like all this green foam. It was good. I
Did,
forget what
did,
it's called, but
did you not see me up the back of the conference in the Philippines vomiting in a bin?
if I did, I probably would have just kept it trucking.
Dude, honestly, at the back door, at the door, I was vomiting in a bin. Man, even the water in the Philippines is fucking off. So yeah,
It's yeah. It was tough there until I understood how Grab worked, and it like within 2 minutes you could have anything you want. Grab, boom, Starbucks, whatever you want, dude. I was loving that. I'm like, wait, $3? Like you have like this. The guy's like bringing this giant bag, and it's like
yeah.
$4.
Oh, that's
I'm like, I would have
insane.
paid $80 back home for that.
Yeah.
It's funny, dude. I love
But
that.
Abdul's got another question. There can be set rewards or incentives for team of content writers, for link builders and technical SEO guys. Asking promotion and stuff pretty hard. Hope you can help with setting or indicators. So he's looking for guidance on providing incentives for writers or link builders or whatever it may be.
It. Oh, so you're at the top of the hill. People are looking to you, as opposed to you looking up. Something that I've realized with working with, hiring and firing and getting like all kinds of people is it's the more entwined, like their value skyrockets. Because if you're looking at if a business, if you're spinning the plates and I'm spinning as many as I can and then I hand it to somebody and then I hand it, if I've stacked, they have a whole crap ton of plates and it's going to cost me more to get a new person, train them, plus my time. Like I have to spend the time, I have to train them, I have to make sure they don't mess anything up. And then on top of that, there's the trust factor. What's that worth? So you get somebody that's trusted, they know the business, plus they're doing a bunch of stuff, their value significantly increases. And the incentivized is based upon, well, what are you bringing in? If you're the boss man, what are you bringing in? The, you know, as you make, they make, because they need to be incentivized monetarily. Because how else are you going to do it? You can do it with words, but that's not enough.
Yeah.
So to incentivize is with dollars, and they're incentivized when you are. So when you go up, they go up, and then you can figure out the structure from there. And generally the things that will increase dollar flow, the number one thing that I have found, other than the quality, is speed. How fast can you get stuff done? You want to make more, go faster.
Yeah.
And that's it. So I don't know. I don't know how you would structure that, but that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
How about you, Craig?
I think you've always just got to incentivize people, like you say, with money and speed are the two key components. You want more work faster, more efficiently. I don't care how you get there, but as long as the quality is retained as well, then incentivize them, and that's through cold hard cash. So,
That's the only difference between a beginner and a pro is how fast I can do the task.
yeah,
Yeah, like that's
um,
everything.
so everyone's got different ways of doing it, but yeah, cold hard cash and making it realistic
I
is
I
important.
think too. On a what would this be? A micro level, macro level? If you were to boil it down to like, have you already? I'm sure you have. If you're running a business, you've identified each of the things that you're providing, each service. And then the service is equated to time and then resources that it takes to produce said service, right? So you've broken down by time exactly what you're going to make. You know the numbers inside and out, right? If you don't, you should. With that being said, what I have found that works the best, this way they make what I make, is a percentage structure that makes sense that you still retain a majority share of the profits, right? Because you spent the time, you built the brand, you did the business, you do the market, right? You should because you're the boss. But we want to incentivize them for me to make more. So you can jack up your price. Plus, if they're working faster, a percentage is the way that I like to do it.
Yeah,
You make when I make. Give them a percentage of the profit based upon each service, but you need to know your numbers. And then they're incentivized. You start doing more and doing better and going faster, we'll make more. When I make more, you make more. And it's built into the structure.
yeah,
Like it's pre-built in. It's percentage based. So it's up to you though. I like per piece too, per the piece. Then
yeah,
I can just run down the line. Okay, what'd you produce? It's a monthly client. Okay, well, what was produced? Brrr, go down the list. All right, you get paid $2 for this, $3 for this, $8 for this. And then depending on how well we're doing, I can increase my price, which will increase your per piece price. It's another way of doing it. I like percentages better though. Up to
yeah.
you, brother.
But we'll finish up there. Our Soul also says haggis is really just mincemeat.
We can sugarcoat it and make nice words all we want. Didn't you say it's brains?
I would
Okay.
rather eat the mincemeat than
Mincemeat sounds nice,
yeah.
but
Um,
facts are facts.
but if that's your way of getting over it,
Oh,
and
that's good.
there you go. But
Tried that for the first time. It's delicious. Green tea by Gears. Sugar free, of course. I don't want to poison myself. I don't want to die.
oh, to hell with that. But anyway, guys, we are out of time for this week, but that went fairly quick and fast. So thank you for the questions. And please do check out the sponsor, the news guy. The link is the logo is above, link is below. And Black Hole Super Sloth, we are set on this time now. We stopped dicking around with the time before. We are set on this time for now. So yeah, we are at the same time. We will be back at the same time next week, and we will be sticking to that time. We did try move things around a little bit to see if it would do anything, but we reverted back. So
We tried.
we'll have it. But
Today was jumping though. And
yeah,
this was like a breath, like it was a stressful morning, the client stuff. And then coming in here was just like, just pure fun.
yeah, it's always good to just have a laugh. But
Sweet.
guys,